Welcome back to another video. The 27th of March. I'm Mark, I'm a UK car transporter driver who drives a transport engineering, a DAF XF, Spanish DAF XF, made in Milan. You what, mate? It's not an XF, it's a CF. No, apparently it's a CF. Huh? Oh, apparently it's made in Eindhoven as well. I don't know. Right on, mate, cheers. So anyway, we are loaded. We've got about 3 drops in Edinburgh and a drop in Glasgow. All Arnold Clark. I think this one's going to a feed dealer at Seafield Road, MGHS. HS is going to Motor Store, Seafield, and that white one is going to the actual MD dealer in Seafield. I'll double check later when I log in properly, but they're all close to each other anyway. And we've got 4 on the top, and they're going to Arnold Clark compound at Mount Vernon, just outside Glasgow. We've just done our daily checks, checking everything's safe and secure, good depth tread, tyres, wheel nut indicators all correct, lights are all working. So just gonna go on the corner. Here's our new shop steward there, Mr. David Hamlin. Have a good check round, make sure everything's correct and how it should be. You know it makes total sense. So today's day 1 with a twist, because I'm only in for 2 days, today and tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, because I've got a function on at the weekend. So today is really day 3. Happy days, eh? Yes. So that's the daily checks done. Why is the old Satnav not working? Get that in there. Oh, my Satnav's not working. There we go, it's on there now. It's because I've switched ignition off. Satnav, someone asked a question actually. I've got this Satnav here, if it fires up. It's off a bloke. He was on all the Facebook forums, the transporters and that. Chris Salisbury, I think his name is. He's got a business anywhere. I'll put the link on here now, but I'll say I've got no I'm not getting anything out of it, but I do quite like these. You can see, you can put your height and width, length. Like you say, with all sat navs, use your common sense. But I think, wait, I've had about 4 of them, believe it or not. It's because when you're working 4 and 4 off, you keep taking, you have to take everything out the truck. I've dropped about 3 of them. No, maybe dropped 2, and I think 1 just did pack in altogether. Just have a look, see where we are. But I think they about they were about 80 quid, but with where the prices of everything gone, it's just shot up. Let's have a look where we're going here. So we're going to Seafield Road, So we've got one for Seafield Road, Fiat. So it's EH. So I should quickly show you. So find address EH 6 E. Oh, I'm some genius. 7 LQ. Seafield Road, and we're actually going to 50, number 50, and that's like basically the length 60 foot, width 8.14. My height's about 15.8. I'll leave it at 16, which I tend to do when I'm fully loaded. And obviously you've got a trailer and all your weights and that on. And there we go, let's fire away. Come on. It's not it does, no, he does it all right quickly. There we go. There we go. So about 147 mile away. It's getting us going through the Tyne Tunnel, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight up the A19. Straight up the A19 and on the A1. There's no need to go through the tunnel because there's no congestion on the A1 at this time of the morning. So we due up there 5 to 10, but I mean the hamster. We're gonna go for a cheeky Greg's, bugger all that high cholesterol. You know what I mean? You've got to enjoy yourself. So we're gonna go up to Greg's. I'll see you up there. So we've just had our Greggs sausage, bacon, brown sauce, cappuccino with chocolate, bought by my good friend David Hamlin. What a guy. Right, so we're just leaving Alnwick. I don't know where we at. 86 mile away from Seafield. I'm going to give them a ring, see where these motor store ones. So I've got one for the feed dealer, one for the motor store, which the compound is at the feed dealer, two for the actual MG dealer on Seafield, and then the 4 across the top of the trailer and unit. They are going to Mount Vernon, the main compound for Arnold Clark. So when I bring you back, we should be around Seafield Road area. So bye for now. So we're just about to come across to the Scottish border. Me and David Hamlin have already checked in online, passport controller, so there's no need to go in to get our passports checked. And we've got Richard Stevenson in the love sandwich here. He's got his old Chinese Volvos on. He must be heading up to Edinburgh as well. So we're having a convoy. So we are currently on the A199. So we just followed the A1 all the way up. Past, we didn't go on the bypass, just carried on. And the A1 shoots off to the city centre. And we just follow this basically over a roundabout and over a few sets of lights, and we're actually on a Seafield Road. So we've got the BMW and Mini on your right, Peugeot, Skoda, BYD. There's one of ours loading there. In fact, there's 2 of ours loading. We've got a tip on the main road, although it's got a little service road along the side. Can't get anywhere near it. It's a bit of a dual carriageway, so we're on half and half. So this motor store here on my left, I've got a car for these, but I've rang up and it's actually going to a compound where the feed dealer is. And then if you look to me right, that's the MG dealer. I've got 2 cars for them. But we are going up another 0.8 of a mile, so we'll drop like the 2 up here, the feed and the motor store, come back to this MG, drop the 2 off there, and then that's it, done for Edinburgh. But we'll just just follow this up here and you'll come to a bit of a retail park, McDonald's. If there's not a Greggs on the way, you've gone the wrong way. They're all over the place. How can you not go into a Greggs? Do a left here, this is the Kia and the Fiat dealer. Bit of a sharp set, I think, these lights. Around there.
Caution, vehicle turning left.
Just gonna either turn left here, hazard zone. We'll do a left here, then reverse out on the good side, and then just basically double park. So you put your hazard lights on, you can do anything you want. there's two dropped off, two drops in one stop. So I'm just going to head across to the MG now. Let's see if we come up on the left hand side. Going up to the MG dealer. Just going to pull on this, like I say, it's a bit of a dual carriageway, but we'll pull on half of the road. We'll stick our do what you want lights on. And we'll get these two off. So we've just dropped the two off there, MG. Get them indicators off. So we're on our way to Mount Vernon. We're 53 mile away with an hour 3 left. It might be tight getting there within the time. Here's Michael Heaton. I've just been speaking to Michael. He's picking some trade up. Yeah, so we've got the 4 for Mount Vernon. I need to fuel up on the way along as well. And we'll probably have half an hour as well, because I don't think we'll get there within the time, or we'll be tight. So when I bring you back, we will be in the compound. So that's just in Harthill services on the M8. We got here with 4 hours 20, and we're still 18 mile away from Mount Vernon. as you can see, it's starting to rain, which is not good. It's not good. I fueled up there. I've just been speaking to someone who watches me videos. I'm sorry, I didn't even catch your name. He worked for Suckling Transport, I think it was. He was delivering fuel to Dregon services there. He came over, we had a big crack. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Like you say, we have an half an hour here at Harthill, so I'm going to answer a couple of questions. I did pick up about, there's a lad who's starting at Alto, asked a question about the Satnavs. I'll put the link in the description. I did mention it earlier on. I think it's trucknavs.co.uk. You can actually buy direct from me. He's on eBay and things like that. I think they're about 120 quid now, them Satnavs, but I'm sure they're about 80. You can get ones with dash cams built in. That's just the bog standard Satnav. I'm not sure how much I paid for it. It might have been £90 at the time, that one. But like I say, I've had a few. Another question, just Edwin Knight asked a question. Have I ever been stuck? Believe it or not, yeah, I've been stuck a few times, but one that sticks to mind was probably, well, it was before Christmas, so I think we've been about early December, November. I was going to, there's a dealership we do with, it's behind Heston Services on the M4 going into London, and there's like a bit of a business park around the back. You used to be able to drive into the services from it, but they've stopped it now. But anyway, you go on this business park, it's a one-way system. There's a couple of dealers we do in there, but this was a Saturday, so you tip and then you drive round. It's like a big D and you come back out the other way. But on the Saturday, there's a fridge company work there. They've just blocked the whole exit with the rigids, the fridges and that, so I couldn't get out that way. Tried turning around. Obviously all the businesses were closed, like they had the gates locked, there was cars parked, so there's no way, the only way I could turn around was reversing out of the entrance gate, which I had a long car on my peak, still half loaded, and I was trying to reverse out. I had a 4 Series on the back that was going into the trees. I just couldn't get the turn. I was getting a bit flustered. I was literally thinking, I'm going to need a crane. I'm going to need a crane to come and lift us up, turn us around, something go. I was like, I'm going to have to end up stopping in here overnight, and you know, I was having, you know, you get a bit flustered. Anyway, the security guard, he come over and he says, I'm going to have to tell them to move them fridges for you to get out. So anyway, I was stuck in there for about a good hour, waiting them to move these fridges so I can go out the way, and he was basically, so the security guard was saying they shouldn't be parked there, so not my fault. But like you say, you do find yourself getting stuck. You find yourself stuck at lights and you think, I can't even turn left there where I'm meant to be going. So you find yourself having to go down the roundabout, come back and you turn right into it and things like that. But more often than not, you're just driving into places and reversing out, whether you've got a banksman or anything, you know. But good question. Like you say, you do get stuck, but do your research, Google Maps, have a look where you're going. You can street view and things like that. That's a good bit of advice there. Shout out to Zach Wright. He's been watching my videos. He's just passed his class 2. I think he passed. I think he wants to go into the big ones. Like you say, I'm not influencing him personally to get this into the industry, but I know he probably likes watching the videos for help and advice. All the best, Zach, and hope to see you around. You might see you on the big ones one day. There was a question asked about my kettle and microwave, but like all these microwave and kettle, it's the household, the low wattage. When I got this truck, it came with a big massive inverter behind the passenger seat there, so like you say, we power most household electric items off it really. Kettle and microwave, hair straighteners and iron and that. But yeah, so like I say, I know them 24 volt ones that you get from the truck stops. they take about 20 minutes to boil, you know, where the household, just like household kettle, boil within minutes really, depending on how good they are. Big shout out to James Williamson as well. He continue support. He always comments on my videos. He must love the daffs. But like you say, all the comments, they do help the video grow, the channel grow. And like the likes and just subscribe. I know I would, like you say, I'm subscribed to loads of channels on YouTube. Been watching a few American car hauling. Like you say, I always try and make the effort to give the thumbs up. I know it's easy and forgetting about, but it's just on the bottom left hand corner there, and then subscribe. But I'm going to finish my break. Like I say, I'll probably bring you back in Mount Vernon, the Arnold Clark compound, probably when I'm empty. There's a lot going on in there. It's like one of the main compounds for Arnold Clark. There's too much going on, so I'll probably get these 4 off, and then I'll ring the office and see where we're going, because as it is day 1, but no, really it's day 3, because it's my last day tomorrow. So I'll see you in a minute. Here we are, Arnold Clark, just in between the Click and Collect and the Peugeot. Follow it down into a big compound at the bottom. So we've tipped at the compound there, 4 off here. We're going back to, I think he said go back to the yard. I think he did back to the yard. I think we're loading for Berkeley. So that's an interesting one. Back to the yard. We are 27 mile away. So head back there. It is bouncing down, mind. So if it continues like this, we'll not be able to do any footage. So, because I don't want the old GoPro getting wet, although they're meant to be waterproof. But it is bouncing down. I'm soaking wet. I'll forget my hair dryer, so I'll not be able to dry my hair. So I'll see you back at the yard. Well, that was a change of events, a wee change of plan. So I pulled out at Mount Vernon, and the lads rang us from the office, says that load I'm loading's up ready. The 5 cars, the local lads are still fetching it into the yard for us. So he says, can you go to Central Car Auctions to collect 7 cars just to fetch back to the yard. They're all miscellaneous, they all go on here and there and everywhere. It's just so they can build a load for over the weekend. Yeah, like I say, I've only got 7. Yaris in car 1, Yaris in car 2, Duster in car 3, A3 behind the cab, car 7, Clio in car 8, another Yaris drove in on car 9, and then a Toyota CHR. See, they could just go anywhere, but the lads helped us pull them. And then there was just the way they were pulling them, I was checking them off. See, I am putting out on the top deck. It was just easier loading like that for me, I think. Quickest way. So we're going to head to the yard, 24 mile away, and get these off, and hopefully my Berkeley load is ready. We'll get them chucked on. I'll show you. The rain is bad. hence the reason why I kind of get no footage with the old GoPro. So see what the weather's like when we're over there. If not, I'll show you how I'm going to load it and which way I'm going to load it. Bye for now. Here we are, A1 Automotive. We get these 7 off and then we'll have a look, see what we've got. That's us, all tipped in the yard. I'm just on a 15-minute break. Just had a barbecue chicken pasta from Asda, just to counteract me Greg's from this morning. So we got 8 cars out of 8 loading. Some big cars on it. 2 Seat Alabambras, Mitsubishi Shogun, a long wheelbase Caddy Maxi, a Yaris, a Hyundai Beyond, which looks like an i20 I think, maybe electric, I don't know, I've never heard of one, an iX2 and a Sandero. So not too bad. So what I'm going to do is load it like this. So I'm going to split the 2 Alabambras. I'm going to reverse the first one on 1 and 2, drive the next Alabama on car 3, reverse the Shogun on car 4, reverse the Sandero on car 5 and 6. The iX2 will go behind the cab on car 7. The Hyundai Beyond will go on car 8. I'm going to drive the Yaris on car 9 and then put the Maxi on car 10 drove on. This Yaris will be drove on, so this top deck will come down and the cross member will just hover above the bonnet of the Yaris, and that should just fit on there just nicely. So I'm just how long we got left? Another couple of minutes on this 15. Get this loaded. I think there's about 3 hours left, but by the time I get loaded, we'll check them off, get loaded. It's going to be it's going to be about 6 o'clock when I leave in here, so we'll see where we get. Maybe Berwick or Alnwick, I would think. We'll hope for down that way. Some can of Vimto. Very nice. Like you say, it's still the rain. It's either spitting or it's hoeing it down. So I cannot really afford to be having the GoPro out there in the rain. So I'll just get it loaded and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done, and then we'll hit the road and see where we get. So let's get loaded. So there you go, all loaded, pissing down. Shogun, Sandero, iX2, the Beyond, Yaris, Caddy on the back, 2 Chirans, isn't it? Right, no, Alabambras. Highest car is the one on the peak, the Shogun. I thought them Shoguns were a lot bigger than what they are, but that's the highest car. 15.7 on the peak. So he's had me loading. He's got a canny good load. Caddy on the peak, Range Rover Sport, Sportage, partner van, Range Rover Vogue. They're there, 1 drop. Cactus, 1 Series Mini and a Focus Estate to go on the back. But yeah, that is a nice load. That one, not mine. So I'm just going to give Hommy another hand and then we're going to see where we get to. But there, that must be a short wheelbase, that one. Cheers, mate. All the best for that. So that's us all done for the evening. We have done. It's still raining. It's bounced down all the way down from Bathgate. So we had Berwick Dock anyway. My camera packed in, coming in, and when you had to reset it all, pull the battery out. So we parked in Berwick Dock. We got here on 14, so we've done 14 and a half hours. And we have done 504 kilometres, which is a good day in my eyes. 2 loads and a reload. So that'll do for this mandingo. We're going to go and get some supper. Mr. Hamlin's here, following us about all day. We'll go might get some fish and chips or something, and I'll be away sharpish. 71 miles away from Burtley in the morning, so we'll crack on in the morning, get down there. No idea what's in store for me tomorrow. So if you have made it this far, please hit that like and subscribe, and even like give a comment. I know today this video hasn't been as good as I would have liked it to have been, with the lack of footage loading and loading. Like you say, the weather's just, these GoPros are meant to be waterproof, but the microphones aren't, so I don't want to get that wet because it'd be too expensive. And we only on little pennies working here. So anyway, remember, like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.